Hello, friends. How are you? How's today? How's life? How's things? Let me know in the comments. Oh, that feels that feels fantastic. I'm telling you, lacquer is one of my favorite finishes when on projects like this, where I need durability and I don't care if it's super glossy. I do not like super glossy finishes generally, but lacquer's so easy to use. And when you need a gloss finish because you're going to use some tape or whatever, double-sided tape, it's hard to beat. And doing it the way I mentioned yesterday is the way to do it. So, anyway, I wasn't going to talk about music today. I was going to talk about books, but I had two topics that came up from last night's practice that I wanted to discuss, but I don't. One of them is pointless. So we'll talk about some other day. But something happened last night during practice that kind of shook me a little bit and made me really reconsider what I know about music and what I know about the songs that we've been playing. We currently have about, I think we have 18 songs charted. We play maybe, there's probably three of those songs, maybe even four of those songs we haven't played yet. So we kind of just, every week we just kind of pick what we're going to work on. We're currently working on like our core, the songs that we feel the strongest about so that we can start putting some demos together. But last night we worked on those songs. Actually, we didn't work on those songs. We played them once. We're like, that was fantastic. Let's move on. And we worked on a new song, which is kind of like, well, the song is Sunny. I think you maybe know that song. Sunny, that, whatever. Which is a very repetitive song. I mean, it's pretty much just like an 8-bar, or no, a 16-bar phrase that just repeats. And so, for what we're doing, for the style of music that we're playing, this kind of jazz fusion, it can turn into like a 10-minute long jam where we're just taking solos and goofing around. So that was fun. So we just did that a bunch and had a good time with that. But near the end of practice, I said, let's do Blue Bossa. We haven't run Blue Bossa in a couple of weeks. We were just kind of going through the songs we didn't play last week. So let's do Blue Bossa, which is just a simple bossa nova, kind of slow. On my part, it's just root fifth, whatever. By the way, this is just me and a keyboard player. There's nobody else. So we're playing to his arranger keyboard, has drum tracks and stuff. So we got done with that, and it was getting kind of late. And he said, let's do another bossa, or, actually, I think we did Wave next, because Wave is Latin-ish. I mean, it is a Latin song, but so let's just do Wave, and I can just leave the keyboard set up the way it is, and I don't have to change stuff. And I was like, that's fine. So we did that, and then he said, let's just do some other songs and do them as bossas. And I'm like, wait, what? And I don't remember what we ran first. We ran something. I don't remember what it was. But for the last song of the night, this is what broke me. There's a cat. He has a cat. He has two cats at his house, but there's one that lives upstairs. Stella. This is Stella. You've now met Stella. Stella is our rehearsal cat. Stella's favorite song is My Funny Valentine. Like, she absolutely, if we start playing it, she comes running in the room and just, that's her song. So he said, let's play My Funny Valentine for Stella, because she came in the room, as a bossa. And I was just like, I don't think I can do that. And he's like, you got it, trust me, you'll feel it, it'll work. And I'm like, okay. So we're playing My Funny Valentine at like 72 BPM. It's a slow ballad, like it's a ballady song. And I've got a pretty nice bass part worked out for that. But to kind of switch and to play like a Latin feeling song, and if you don't know what I mean, there's a couple of like bossa style basses, or honestly, the bass player follows the clave, which is the wooden stick that you hear, like that tink tink. I don't have any wooden sticks. Anyway, the clave in Latin music, the bass player typically follows that. So there's two kind of standard-ish bossa rhythms. The one that I normally play on most of our bossas is like the doom, 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 that kind of thing. But for a ballad, that doesn't feel right at 72 ppm, 72 BPM. So I chose this second option, which is where you just go doom, 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 and so it's like a little. You're playing that second. It's like a dotted quarter note, whatever. You get it. The point is, I tried playing that to My Funny Valentine, which a large portion of My Funny Valentine for me is whole notes. I'm just playing a note and holding it, and to try to fit that together and make My Funny Valentine this like weird, kind of saddish, blues sounding ballad, turn it into a bossa. It worked. It actually worked pretty well, and it was weird, and it broke me because it was just like I stumbled quite a bit because keeping that rhythm at that slow pace is strange. There's some changes in that song that don't make a whole lot of sense with a bossa feel. Some sections where I had to just kind of revert to my normal playing, but it worked, and it was really weird. And it was also one of those moments where you go, "Oh, like we could take kind of anything and play it the way we like to play music," which is a lot of Latin feel, a lot of funk feel. I would say we're more like a Latin funk fusion jazz band. And we could take just about anything and make it work some way, shape, or form. And I think we're going to. We've talked a lot about like throwing theme songs in, and I think we can do a little bit of like a jam band kind of. Let's just repeat this section of this song and put something funny in there, and I think it'll work. And it was just kind of eye opening because all of our songs, I've listened to them a bunch, like the originals, so that I could get more ideas because I'm playing kind of simplistic bass lines, but as a trio I need to fill in a little bit, like I talked about yesterday, and so I have to kind of pay a little bit more attention, but to completely flip them and just play them like the same pacing, the same arrangement, just a completely different style was kind of neat. Kind of broke me. So next week, I think we're going to go back to playing regular songs, our regular way. And I think we're going to start cutting demos. I think it'll be quite a while before we're willing to share those with the world, but we'll see. Maybe we'll decide to share a little snippet of something that we're working on. I don't know. I'll talk about it. We'll make that decision as a group. Okay. Play music different styles. Not rearrange or rewrite. Just pick a different style and play it. It's fun. Got thoughts, comments, questions, something you want to talk about? We'll talk about books tomorrow. Put your thoughts, comments, questions in the comments down below. Thank you for watching the video. Please like the video, and if you're new, subscribe. Or if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I really appreciate the subscriptions. I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's 1,000 plus little things happy, successful people do differently. We have been learning 9 mindful ways to remain calm when others are angry. Number 4, extend generosity and grace. Everyone gets upset and loses their temper sometimes. Remind yourself that we are all more alike than we are different. When you catch yourself passing judgment, add "just like me sometimes" to the end of a sentence. For example, that person is grouchy, just like me sometimes. See, she is being rude, just like me sometimes. Choose to let things go. Let others off the hook. Take the high road today. Damn, that's a powerful statement. Just like me sometimes. Yeah, don't forget, you're also that jerk sometimes.